Today's festivities and parade are the culmination of a week-long celebration of Italian pride, heritage, and achievements, all put on by the Columbus Citizens Foundation. On Friday evening at their magnificent and iconic townhouse headquarters in Manhattan, the foundation hosted an event to honor some former parade grand marshals and foundation members.
I'll tell you, it is very, very impressive.
Then on Saturday, it was the full return of the foundation's annual star-studded gala at Cipriani's. In attendance were former and new CCF scholarship recipients, this year's grand marshal and honoree, as well as other Italian Americans who've dedicated much of themselves to public service.
The weekend is one for the books.
Then Sunday, the ceremonial wreath laying at the monument at Columbus Circle, commemorating Christopher Columbus's historic voyage and the immigrants who followed his path over the centuries.
And welcome back to the 70th Annual
Today's
Columbus
festivities
Day
and
What
parade
a
are the
beautiful day we
culmination.
have. We're on Fifth Avenue, New York City, and we just had the Port Authority. There they are, the Port Authority, the marching band, their pipes and drums, doing such a beautiful job as they march past. What a beautiful day this is.
I love the pipes, Ken. I want to just give some special mentions here. We want to give a shout out to some of those in today's parade. Alessandro Crocco, president of com.it.es, New York, who are representative bodies of the Italian community directly elected by Italian nationals who are living abroad. They promote social and cultural initiatives, especially around youth participation, equal opportunities, educational assistance, and vocational training. Then there is Omila Fado, TV personality of the New York City Life Channel 25. She's the hostess of Brindiamo, Comite's New York President Communication. Special guests also Monica Marangioni. She is a TV personality at RAI Italia. And then, of course, there's Cesar Vangeli, dancer and choreographer and founder of the Food Dance Festival. There are so many talented people at this parade right now, and we are just celebrating all that is Italian.
Wait, I got a Sid call
What?
me. Sid Rosenberg.
Sid!
He is the best. I got to
Hey,
tell
there
you.
he is.
He's
I'm
on
Sid.
WABC. He calls me. He goes, Joe, I want FaceTime. Sid, look at you on camera right there, please. We're not messing around. He calls me. Can you get me some camera time, Maria? I go, I know a guy. We'll talk to somebody. I'm all right. We'll take care of you, Sid. Oh, is that the funniest thing?
Right on QQ, Sid.
And Sid, it's Rosenberg, and he thinks he's Italian, so I love this guy for that.
Everybody, it's an honorary
Everyone's Italian today. That's
oh,
right.
my gosh. I'm telling you, you could write a book on all the people going by saying, doing wonderful things. There's the parade. There's the spirit of the parade. Love those Cadillacs, Maria. Look at those
Oh,
cars.
look at these old Cadillacs.
Beautiful.
Where are all the Italian cars?
Yeah.
Just saying, because
Yeah.
normally we have a lineup of the Italian
I think the
cars.
Maseratis are coming.
The Maseratis are coming.
Yeah. Remember when I picked you up in the Lamborghini?
Oh,
that was my
yeah.
favorite.
He
I did.
picked me up
Yeah.
at work.
Oh, my
in
gosh.
I was in New Jersey at work. He picked me up,
The best.
and then he drove, and we came here to do the parade.
with
It
with
was
a
so much
with a
fun.
Lambo. That was great.
Oh my God!
Well, if you consider how many Italian Americans own Cadillacs, they might as well be an Italian car, right? That's just,
Guilty as charged.
We had
Guilty as charged.
I want to say 1975. My dad is at home. Dad watching right now, 91 years old.
Ah,
Wow,
that's so
God
great.
bless.
And Mom, Rosemary. And I remember in 1975, we got a Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and that was a big deal. He made such a big
What's
deal.
a big
We
deal?
drove down
That
to
was
Boca
the
Raton.
Coupe de Ville.
Yeah, it did look like that. We did have white walls.
There it is.
It did look
This
like
one.
that.
Oh, how
Look at how
fun.
hot
Look
that
at
is.
that one.
That is great.
Two-tone.
Can I say,
Beautiful.
Can I say, talking about mom and dad, Mom, I love you, Mom. Thanks for being the great example that you are, blazing the path for the whole Episcopal family. I love
Amen.
you. That's Mama from Newark, New Jersey, one of 10. Went on, never questioned, is the greatest generation, Ken. Was
And Mom is how old now?
Oh, she said not to say anything, Kenny. So she's she's getting up there, but she's ageless. How about
You
that?
put it on social, for God's sake. I saw it. I'll keep it quiet.
My mom is going to celebrate 90 years young.
Your mom looks
Next
fantastic.
Next month, we're having a nice dinner for her. She's watching right now.
Bravo.
Of course, my dad passed this year. He was 89.
Bless
So
his soul.
I'm so grateful for their longevity.
Amen. Well, Mom, God, she looks, I know I've seen your mom.
Yeah.
She's just gorgeous.
She
And
is.
happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
Mom a
Thank
little bit
you.
early. That's wonderful.
November
And
17th?
all that they pass on to us. The love and we were talking about food. You were talking about making pizza
Yeah.
with Dad. And one thing that I remember one of my relatives telling us is we had a pizzeria at one point up in Hartsdale, New York. We used to have a pizzeria.
Did you make pizzas?
I made pizzas.
But you were in a suit and tie when you made pizzas.
Yeah, nah,
I know.
I wish.
I know. With the flour all over you. I know you, Kenny.
Maybe there were pictures floating somewhere. But one thing I was told always was there's something so personal about touching the food that somebody will consume. There's love that goes into it. You are not. It's not a machine.
Yeah.
This is your hands showing love and making that.
To your
food.
point, with the family in Avellino, they made everything by hand. By hand, everything. The veal, they made the lasagna. They made everything by hand, and it was right out of
Every
the garden.
piece of pasta.
In the back. Yeah, and they have the garden right there. They took everything from the garden. And a shout out, if I can, Kenny, to the St. Pio Foundation. They honored me at Pietrelcina. That is the hometown of Padre Pio. And my buddy Luciano Lamonarca got me a replica of the birth certificate of Padre Pio itself.
Oh, wow.
And I went to the church and I spoke before the congregation in Pietrelcina. What an honor for me.
Padre Pio, known for he bled at the same points that Christ was crucified, the stigmata on the hands and the feet. And that's what he couldn't control it. They had doctors check it out. He could not control it.
Built schools, built churches. He was so giving to everyone. Pio, a very, very special individual, you know, and I was just honored to be there. But that's the Italian culture. And when I mentioned Pio, we talked about this off camera, and I would have mentioned Pio in Italy. It was just
We all had a story about Pio.
Right,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that right? Padre Pio. Francesco Forgione. Right? From Pietrelcina.
But back in the day, when you became a priest, you took on a different name. So Pio was pious.
good,
So Father
good,
Pius.
good.
That's the name.
right,
he took on.
My father met him in 1944. That was the impetus of my introduction to Pio. Is that wild? When he was in the service in the United States Army Air Corps in Barry, he went up to Pietrelcina when he was there, and he shook Pio's hand, and I read in the letters that my father wrote to his mother, and I read these letters from World War II after my father passed, and I just was like, wow. So I said, I have to go experience
this
this.
is another notable thing to mention for the Italian American community, and that is religion and God. I mean, I have so many rosary beads. My mom has so many rosary beads. My dad had, because there was such a strong faith.
Amen.
God, family, really important.
That's right.
They are one and the same. They are connected. One brings one closer to the other.
This is so great we're talking about it, because I felt it right there in Italy just this week, and you're actually exactly right. And right for heart and soul, heart and soul.
Well, we hope you all come down and join us. It's great that you're watching us
Yeah.
on TV. You can come down.
Come
If
on
not
down
this
to
year,
Fifth
come back
Avenue.
another. That's right.
Gorgeous
We are
day.
at the 78th Annual Columbus Day Parade. It is a gorgeous day. 65 degrees, sunshine, and ladies dancing with flags. You can't beat that. Come back and join us 2 minutes from now here on ABC 7.